You believe. Uh-oh. Left bit. Okay, there we go. So we're closing to the day of Trumpet, so we have the fall. Well, by the way, Shabbat Shalom is the day of rest, the seventh day of the week, I just, have way too many tabs open with music. It's just looking into it. It always tends to grow, right? Tikla Hakmon, she has a very wonderful upper voice. Right? It's strong, soothing, and powerful, pretty much. It's pretty nice. But yes, you can see in regards to the moon, it's waning crescent. I think it's still actually going low, and there's like have a little slip on the left, if I recall. Then that means, of course, we are closing to entering the 7th month, the 7th moon of the year. Of course, the Jews have 4 New Years. Of course, one is only biblical. But anyway, they take it like the New Year. There we go with the voice. Listen. That's pretty good. I think it's pretty good. And she goes lower again. I don't know what she's exactly singing. I know it's Hebrew. It's actually nope. Oh, here we have the song Mayim Rabim. Let's see if we can find anything. La da 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 da. La da 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 da. La da da lyrics. Now we have some lyrics. Oh, we have some uh-oh. There we go. I guess I have too many tabs and I don't want to show the one tab I just opened. It seems to be something in regards to the reaching the Most High in regards of Yehovah. So it seems to be okay, but I need to. There was something in regards to water and something. Let's see, Mayim Rabin. Oh, this is the same one, I think. Mayim Rabim, okay. Okay, Mayim Rabim, and I guess it's the name Tikla Hakmon. Okay. Tikla, so the name of her is at the end, reading from right to left and all that. I can't remember Gears. I found the alphabet of Gears, which is another interesting language because the good news, well, the good message, the wonderful message of God dying for the sins of the world went out in the world in so many languages, and one of the languages is Skias, and that's in Ethiopia, and they were outside the sight of the devil for a long time, and they kept the Sabbath as well. But there's a lot of history on that, how the Jesuits and the Romanizers took over Ethiopia as well. There's a wonderful upper voice she has, It's like, but I still have problems in regards to figuring out, does a low voice go even lower when women go higher? Or do we just, do the masculine voice goes, like, would it go, how would it sound if you actually went lower instead? I guess usually you would actually go up, right? With the women, right? But what happens if you actually went lower? Instead of actually moving upward on the scale, then going, when she goes up, you go low, right? That would take still, she would go in, but I don't know, I really don't know. I do wonder. Anyway, I guess we have a lot of tabs that's probably the same. I have the Ethiopian Gears song. Now, apparently Gears is like so-called dead language, but it's still being spoken like Latin. Is, it's a... So it's not really dead, but it's... like a Hahu Fiddle song, Gears alphabet song, which actually is pretty good. I have the Greek alphabet as well, the Hebrew. I don't know if I actually have the Aramaic, although there's some variations of Aramaic as well. You have Hebrew Aramaic and Syriac Aramaic and whatnot, Now there's some variations apparently from English to English, like, variations of English, right? There's the same language, but you still have some variations. Now, I don't really, the only big issues I have with English is like when you go into, I think, Scottish English, or I guess Irish English could also be a little hard. But Scottish, I think it's the Scottish English that is just absolutely it's terrible accent for listening. I think it's the Scottish. I guess soothing voice, upper voice, right? When she goes up, when she goes high, that's it's not too much, I think. And so it's okay. It's one, hopefully she doesn't use any tools in regards of all this bullshit of tools, right? Whatever it's called. I want natural. And actually, in regards to all this unnatural thing that they use to make it sound better and apparently keep it in a note or something like that, I would think that it mostly would be a problem when you actually get lower. Because when you get lower in real low, you can hear the heartbeat, Every time the heartbeat, bing, when you go low, you can, just like there goes the heart. So so you have the heart rhythm, being exposed in the voice. And I guess some of these applications would take that out. But it could be interesting to try to make two versions where one goes high with her and one goes low with her, in some sense. But is it possible to do? And well, of course, I guess it should be possible, right? But the question is, you would still need to find the tones that you need to hit, right? Comparing the going the opposite direction. Instead of going with her up, you would try to go low, like you would take it low, right? Instead of going higher. So when she goes higher, you go lower, right? I don't know. If that would work. I don't know. It's just weird, right? The original Our Father in Jewish Aramaic. Yeah, that's wonderful. Sadly, well, I think he's still actually there. But that's the woman as well. Usually you would go up with you know. What happens if you go low instead? Would it sound out of place? Maybe it would. Well, I guess because if you go lower, you wouldn't hit the same, I guess, notes if you go the other direction, right? Maybe. Because you have all the, right, and you just lower scale, and you still have the same octave, I guess, but you're on a lower octave, and you're still hitting the same A, B, C, D, whatever, I guess. If it, I guess that's something of that nature. Anyway, we have the Gia song. I want to go to Gap to just save it. Oh, and maybe I have it, but just because of the... Yeah, I can't see the tabs because I have too many. So we have, let's see, Eliyahu Hanavi. Now, of course, we have the prophecies of Eliyahu. Hanavi. Nah. Tishbi. No, this is not good. No, at least the beginning was not. Let's just close that. We'll find another one. Oh, we had to advertise it because we don't have, we have apparently more than enough time, right? According to the bullshitters. Let's see. Eliyahu Hanavi. Let's see if that's better. Of course, Eliyahu could be one of those that comes in the future. With Yochanan. To prophesy and to turn the children to their father's ears. No, I think this, no, not here, no, that, let's see. Let's try this one. We have a lot of tabs, so I'll just go through them, right? Uh-oh, that's another one apparently. Uh-oh. Hanavi. Eliyahu Hatishbi. Eliyahu. What? Oh my, give me a break. That's very slow.
Eliyahu hatishbi, Eliyahu, Eliyahu, Eliyahu hakilati.
That's a little too slow.
Beyamenu, Yavo Elenu.
Mashiach ben David.
Mashiach ben David. Eliyahu Hanavi. Eliyahu Hatishbi. Eliyahu, Eliyahu, Eliyahu hakilati. Bimhera beyamenu, Yavo elenu. Mashiach ben David. Mashiach ben David. How long expected Jesus, born to set thy people free from our sins and fear, release us. Let us find our rest in thee. Israel's strength and consolation, hope of all the earth thou art. The earth Messiah, of every nation, joy of every longing heart. They should have put it up. They should have picked, in regards of making the video. They don't have like, where you would normally have like a break. They should have done that. But it's just a little too slow for my taste. Beyamenu, it's like Bimeyamenu as one word as far as I understand. But they have it like B on the top and then Yamenu, right? It's just Beyamenu, Yavo Elenu. Ben David. Let's see if this is a better version of it. Yahu Hanavi. Eliyahu Hatishbi. Eliyahu, Eliyahu, Eliyahu hakilati. Bimhera beyamenu, Yavo elenu. Mashiach ben David, Mashiach ben David. Eliyahu Hanavi, Eliyahu Hatishbi, Eliyahu, Eliyahu, Eliyahu Hakilati. Okay. That was at least, it was pretty, at least written correctly in regards to the wording, and it's not too slow, at least, let's try this one.
Generations, one of the most unifying moments for every Jewish family is sitting together around the Passover table and reading the Haggadah, the traditional Passover booklet setting forth.
I want to regard. We have like two.
What many times we as Jews miss during the traditional Seder is to wonder, how did we receive this ceremony and what are its origins? Surprisingly, the most ancient historical reference to the Passover meal, with clear indications of some aspects of the traditional Seders, are not found in the Mishnah or the Gemara, but possibly where you least expect to find it, in the New Testament. Yes, this is the so-called Last Supper of Yeshua and his disciples. So, what is the connection between the Seder and Passover? What does the Passover have to do with Yeshua of Nazareth? What other mysteries are present in plain sight on the Seder table, just waiting for the Jewish people to discover them? Come, we have saved you a seat at the table.
Yeah, a sort of, okay, let's see here. Okay, let's see here. There's a lot of goodies in regards of everything. It's about Yeshua. Uh-oh. Eliyahu HaTishbi Eliyahu Hakilati. Let's see, okay. Yeah, what is this? You know, it's advertising, right? Because we couldn't have too much advertising, right? Okay, that's another. To the holy of holies, I enter through the Lamb. And of course, we have more advertising, because that's just how it is. Uh-oh, hey, temperature. Not. Oh, that is interesting, right? We can't even. Oh, it's hot. Save you, I worship. That's just, well, I could, we have like a. Worship you, I worship you. Let's see, we have some USB actually, haven't we? I'm holy. Okay, let's see. Some cooling here. Oh, let's just blow some air in that. And it goes pretty good. Hopefully that will, it should cool it down at least. Into the worship you, I worship you, Lord, I worship you, I worship you. Holy Lord. That's also pretty, well, yeah, I think it's an Aramaic version, might be Syriac. Oh, it's mostly because of the Aramaic. And by the way, that's the, this girl's song is, oh, voice is pretty nice. Well, anyway, it was mostly because of the Aramaic of it. That's the story of. I don't know about this. This just seems a little, crusading thing, and it's hard to hear the lyrics. I have a hard time hearing the lyrics, and that's, it's not good. the problem with this song is that, you know, if you think about the Crusades and all that, they had a lot of, you know, they have different, you know, so-called Christian songs and all that, right? And it proclaims itself Christian, right? Crusades, right? But did Christ ever tell us to pick up the sword and go out and slay people? Nope. Nope. He called us to speak the truth, you know. So, and you can also see some of the hits that YouTube is finding. It's leading more into pagan. At least it doesn't seem to have anything in regards of Mary and all that, you know. So maybe it's okay, you know. I don't know, but would have been nice with some lyrics to at least, you know. It's hard to hear what is being said. Let's see here. See if we can find some. No, but oh, here we go, maybe. Or maybe there's no. Oh, we have the Yahuwah again. That's still being promoted, you know. This nonsense of Yahuwah. I was one of those promoting that nonsense. Yeah, maybe this one. No. So anyway, it just seems a little more like crusading, I don't know, but of course this.
If you want to ace your paper,
if I don't want to see advertising, maybe I should just stay away from YouTube. It's called Spirit Calling. Nice piano playing. Oh, excuse me. Want some guitar? Say that again. Guitar, got it.
Eyes wide open, I see right through you. You're traveling across the ocean, bringing ancient melodies. You're speaking.
I think probably this is maybe not biblical, whatever, you know. Let's just take some other thing. We have the Yeshua instrumental version. Have that I could monotone acoustic version and instrumental version. Yeshua. I also have this one, 512. I think it's probably the same.
sparks flying in. Oh wait, sand. Keep it up. Hey. Have fun. That's not Do I actually have the... Oh, by the way, why is there nothing? There's no song in this version? Or it's just an instrumental version? Okay, we don't have the... Okay, well anyway. Let's see here. At least, Yeshua. I don't know, why don't we see any pictures? Yeshua. Where's Max? Where's the Max? There we go. And of course,
Okay. I don't know if I can spell it. No, there we go. I don't know what language this is. It sounds like maybe. I don't know. Anyway, let's take this one. Well, so the day of Trumpet is close at hand. You know, the moon is retracting, and it's nearing the 7th month, and thereby we have the festival of trumpets. We have the festival of Sukkot afterwards, and yeah. So that's the last 2 festivals of the biblical year. And then Passover is the next one. In the spring, in the 1st month of the biblical year. Yeshua. There's different versions here, although somewhat of the same. Here we have the deity of Jesus in Aramaic, Peshitta. Maybe I should actually download that. I can't remember if that's. I think it's pretty cool.
Hello everyone, and Shalom Chon Yisgei. May your peace abound. In this video, we're going to start to look at how the Aramaic New Testament Peshitta emphasizes the deity of Jesus Christ, or Yeshua Mashiach, in Aramaic, in a unique way that the Greek New Testament does not.
Yep. And we also, of course, have the Hebrew, those manuscripts in Hebrew. We also have it further, pointed out that Yeshua is God Almighty. It's, oh, we have a video. The Antichrist is coming. No, the Antichrist has been here for a long time, Let's see, what does Josephus say? The Greek was discouraged. Well, anyway.
I want to preface this discussion with the caveat that I do not know exactly how the Aramaic dialect used in Peshitta or Syriac is pronounced, so I'm assuming it is similar to Biblical Aramaic, and I'm going to pronounce it as such. Let me state first that the Greek New Testament very clearly declares the deity of Yeshua or Jesus. However, a feature of the Greek New Testament is that it uses a circumlocution for the Hebrew sacred tetragrammaton, or Hashem HaMefchash, or Yod-Heh-Vav-Heh, Yahweh. In the Greek New Testament, Yahweh is translated as Kyrios. The problem is that Kyrios also translates Adon, a synonym for Yahweh, the difference being that Yahweh only refers to God, while Adon...
Well, in regards to Adon, that's a title, I don't understand why people can't, just so much confusion, right? The Lord is a title. The name is the name, Name and title, right? And he's using the wrong name in regards to Yahweh. But anyway. But you have in the Aramaic, you have like 26, 27 times or 28 times or something like that. You have where it specifically points out that Yeshua is God Almighty, He's Jehovah. So that's taken out of the Greek, although you can still figure out that Yeshua is God Almighty by the Greek, but it's just a little more clear in the Aramaic. We also have the Hebrew manuscripts to look about. I think we have 56 manuscripts of Matthew in Hebrew. But anyway, we have a lot of bullshitters out there still doing their bullshit traditions and teachings on their whatever institutions. Brain dead institutions, defilement institutions, making bullshitters and walls of anyway, just sick and tired of the nonsense, and you have the last thing I was where you saw these people attack was so-called Lutherans attacking the truth on so many levels. I think you had at least 2 priests. You had a third one in regards of being raised up as a Roman Catholic, becoming a Lutheran priest. And it's just disgusting how they just totally infiltrate everything and turn out their bullshit. In all directions. They end up being defenders of lies and deceptions. Oh yeah, but they get money for that, right? Money. Oh yeah. And trained to deceive. How can a Roman Catholic that that grows up in multiple Roman Catholic institutions, and she becomes a priest, right, in the Lutheran Church and all that. Do they speak about the Antichrist? They're not even Protestants. They don't even speak against the Antichrist. Many of the priests, so-called priests, whatever, those that get a big, salary and education, but they don't even speak about the Antichrist anymore. Of course, we have a lot of Satanists in the pews, Oh, wolves in sheep clothing. That's disgusting. Well, this is a Passover song, but anyway, we have the Day of Trumpet coming up. Well, it's just incredible how much deception there is, right? You become a Christian, you get out of the satanic New Age, and you see, it doesn't matter which kind, but you see, it's interesting to see that the so-called Lutherans, ends up being. It's just disgusting. Defending that bullshit. Oh, well, anyway. I'm just sick and tired of the lies and the deceptions and people promoting it, Oh, we are educated, right? Yeah, educated in bullshit. Promoting of why would you promote, festivals of the Antichrist if you knew the Bible? And yet that's what they have done for nearly 500 years. And what do they attack? They attack the festivals of Jehovah. Oh, those Jewish, disgusting, filthy festivals, right? It's like, what? You're talking about those Christian festivals? Are they disgusting? Are the festivals of Jehovah disgusting? What are you talking about? A bullshitter. Complete nonsense bullshitter. That's what they are. You're attacking the festivals of Jehovah and promoting the anti-Christian festivals? Oh, just put a little glimmer of Christianity on it, and then it becomes Christian, right? And the Christian festivals, oh, no, they're way. It's like, oh my, disgusting filth of the devil. I can't. It's just too much, Too much bullshit, That's what I'm. Just too much bullshit. This bullshit! We're Christians. Yet you attack the Christian festivals and promote the satanic garbage, And you proclaim yourself Christian, and oh, we've been educated on this, You gotta be kidding me. I'm sick and tired of it. 500 years and still bullshit. And you have these Oh, but you know they love to worship a cookie, right? You know, oh, the cookie is Jesus, right? You know, you should break it and can't even understand the simplest teaching of Christ. You know, do this in remembrance of me. You know, everything is pointing to one specific thing, right? Like, and they will tell you, well, you don't have any arguments. What are you talking about? You know, is Jesus the, you know, when Jesus says he's the living bread, right? Is there standing a living bread and speaking to the Jews, you know? Jesus is the wine tree, right? He's the great pearl, that precious pearl, you know? He's the door, you know, he's the way, right? You know, and all these things, and it was like, oh, but you know, there's no argument. But what are you calling? You know, what are you talking about? You know, this is just, oh, I'm so sick and tired of these bullshitters. You know, how can people fall for these? You know, just the devil just comes, right, in the sheep clothing and just tries to, you just stir the truth, and you can just see it. You know, when you promote truth in the world, all these devilish nonsense people will just come and try to do everything they can to just, you know, delude and pollute the truth. It's disgusting. It's disgusting. Absolutely disgusting. And it just keeps on going. It's an ever-ending battle. It just doesn't stop. It has been ongoing for 2,000 years, and it will be going on until Christ returns. You know. But the disgusting thing is that these people proclaim themselves Christians, you know, and yet they do these things, you know. That's, you know, one thing is to be a Satanist, right? Another is to clothe yourself in sheep clothing. That's kind of, you know, not the point of. Yeah, it goes really into the. It's disgusting. I think it's disgusting. Of course, you wouldn't expect anything else from the devil, would you? Guess not. He's not going to play fair, you know. And surely he's not. Yeshua. See what version this. Still a little hard to hear what she sings. I know what she sings because I read it, but if I didn't know it, it would be, you know, I would, you know, what I like, you know, is music where it's clear to the ears what is being sung, you know. I might not be English speaking and all, but it's the same thing with Danish. You can listen to Danish songs that can be very hard to hear, even if you know the language, even if you've grown up with the language. It can become very hard to understand some of the music. You know, the devil is so good to just tear, you know, and ruin the music on so many levels. You know, it's just incredible. Let's see here. I think this is pretty, you know, Dikla Hakmun. I think she's pretty clear in the voice. But it's interesting that worldly music can still be clear in the, you know, so you can hear what is being sung. Now, of course, not everything, but then you go to Christian music in some sense, and then they do all these nonsense things. The instruments is overpowering what is being sung, and the singing is singing over each other. So you like, you know, and they do it in these big rooms, so you can't hear what, you know. So it just flattens out the music. And there's a fourth thing, you know. What's the fourth thing? I think the fourth thing is when they just roll on the same thing for a long period of time. Like, oh, it's just weird, wording, but it's like they they pull the word into like long, right? And but anyway, the devil has many ways to ruin the music. He fills this complexity and so-called holy bullshit into it, right? Oh, it's so holy. Well, if you can't hear the lyrics that is being sung, something is wrong. And of course, he will also try to exchange the truth in the lyrics with lies. Oh, it sounds Christian, but it's nothing about the Antichrist or anything like that. That's not harsh truth. We can sing about Jesus Christ, of course, but we don't want to sing about the devil's deceptions, right? In regards of the Antichrist. Let's just remove all those songs, right? And he has been doing that. There's a lot of good Protestant songs that no one knows anything about anymore.
Love this.
Now, I don't understand what she's singing, but at least the wording is clear. Ashir Alecha, right? That was clear to the ears. So maybe I don't understand what she's singing, right? But at least the wording is clear, You have so much music where it's just totally ruined, It's just, you can't hear what is being sung, Like, yeah, it's just, I think it's very hard to, and besides Yeshua, right? I understand Yeshua. When she begins to sing other things, it's like, it just totally messes up, it's very hard to grasp what I think. Some of it is okay, but some of it is just, I don't, if I didn't have the text, I just couldn't decipher what. I would need to re-listen to it multiple times to really get it. And that's, singing should be clear, and Christian music, especially Christian music, the devil has just been totally at it, on so many levels. Like, you're standing in a room, right, and there's all this, feedback, whatever it's called, and it just blurs out the singing, and then you have the singing over each other, right? And then you have the elongating of a word, right? When you pull the word and just pull it totally, out of hand, right? Very long. You have one small word and you just take this word and you just, right? And you just pull it out, right? Like, you better be kids. Just like, so you have the same, it's just, and then you have the instruments, right? The instruments being too loud to actually hear what is being sung. It's just incredible. How can it's just, yeah. So even if people are singing songs with a lot of truth, if you can't hear what is being sung, then it's what's the point? So I think this go. You can. See here the vocals are pretty, You have the instrument, but it's somewhat in the background, right? You have the instrument, but it's not too loud. It's just still in the background. And you have the voice, which is pretty clear. You don't have any singing over each other, anything like that. You have one, it's just, you don't have a room either where it just reverberates or whatever it's called, and you don't have instruments singing, or what do you call it,
Rocksmith Plus.
too much volume of the instruments, just there's so many ways to ruin music. And and I can see that Christianity really has been hit by so much nonsense. How the devil has, and they think it's good, right? Oh, they think it sounds holy and all that. Well, if you can't understand what it's like, if the words doesn't enter the ears for understanding, what's the point, right? So, that's the thing. That's my view. You need to sing about truth. It needs to be listenable. Yep, I would go with Rowing T-Rex. Yeah, he's great. This guy's wonderful. I might not agree totally with him on things and all that, but he's seemingly on the right, on the track of as well. So.
For generation.
I still have glass in my toes, but who cares about that? That's no help in society, right? Anyway, just yeah, it's just up in your mind that you have glass in your. Okay, yeah, well, yeah, it's always like this. Yeah, it's just you're just making things up, right? No one wanna trust. It's just. I don't know. It's just the same medical bullshit mafia that is just totally incompetent, and that's the system that the society is paying to, right? The state and the medical mafia is working like this. This is the disgusting, filthy, satanic system, and all the natural things are just out the window. That's the choice we have, right? We have the choice of the medical mafia and the state together, and the natural things is just attacked and ridiculed and made fun of, and not doing a great job ruining us, that's for sure. Or maybe I found the song here, Mayam Rabim, Raging Waters, or maybe I got enough. Okay, I think this. You come so far, then you fall behind. You start to think that you wasted all your time. Here it comes, stay down, don't climb. Don't try, just hide, you're fine. You start a fight, you messed up, they are right. They come on over to apologize and say hi. Here it comes, says, don't reply. Don't try, just hide, you're fine. I'm not entirely sure. And just know he's not on your side. He's gonna drag you and eat you up alive. It sounds like the devil. I wonder. Okay, let's see here. Okay, so that should be what she's singing, just in English. And of course, not all the translations always, but it's like. Let's see. That must be like, okay, we'll try to see if we can. I don't know, I don't know enough Hebrew, but we'll try anyway, So you come so far, then you fall behind. You start to think that you wasted all your time. Here it comes, says, stay down, don't climb. So far, then you fall behind, I guess, or something like that. You start to think that you wasted all your time. Here it comes, stay down, climb. Don't try, just hide, you're fine. I would think something like that. Okay, you start a fight and messed up you're right. I'm not sure I got this right. Yeah, I think I got this wrong.
I was probably too slow in regards of the pre-chorus. Oh, it's just. Okay, we have the chorus again, Mayim. I guess maybe it's not translated this. Can't drown you, I would think. They're only there to lift you up, the mighty. I probably have totally wrong on these things. I can't. Mayim, that's water, right? So. Lift you up, you will run. I just, I will need some Hebrew words here to. It seems to be probably going, much faster than. I don't get it because it seems like the same is going over and over again, but I don't hear that in the song, so. Well, I guess we can listen to the other version and see if it's the same or not. Well, that's English. Maybe it's okay. Maybe it's not the same. Maybe it's just another lyric thing. I don't know. Okay, well, let's try to see if we can find that was in English, so it might not be the same version. I just can't get the lyrics to fit the thing. So let's try to see if I can maybe find the lyric. Maybe I was just totally wrong on this. Let's see here. Makom Zisehihaf. That's some. Okay, English lyrics. It's not always easy to find. Here we have Dali. There's another person, isn't it? By Dali Revikovic. Well, that's not. We have Dikola. Oh my, Dilia. Ravi. I don't think it's the same. We have Dikla Hakmon, right? Dikla Hakmon. Mayim Rabim by Dikl. No, the Dilia. There's another. Give me a break, Okay. It's not okay. Apparently, Dikle. Yeah, I would think it was like a.
We have some kind of lyric, but let's see if we can maybe if we do it like sometimes it's just maybe a tickly hamon. Okay, so tickly tickla hamon or hamon or hakmon tick. Give me a break. This bullshit of computing. I'm so sick. It's just bullshit and more bullshit with computers these days. It's all everywhere, It's something, okay, what's the song called? Mayim Rabim or something like that. Okay. Mayim Rabim lyrics. Let's see here. Lyrics with translation. Yep, let's have a go. Oh no. It's like, we have too many tabs, so we can't. Well, let's push it. What's the lyrics? No lyrics? That's okay, no lyrics. Okay. Well, it's just with translations, yeah, I don't see it. Diklik Hakmon lyrics, Mayim on Spotify. Well, there's still not any lyrics, is it? Diklit Hamon Mayim have, but is there any lyrics? Lyrics translate Dikle Hakmon, but that's ABBA. That's another. We have Joseph David Mayim Rabim, but again, I'm not sure it's the same as. Listen, if we can. We lost it. We have too many tabs open, so.
It's one of the
Oh well. So maybe I just can't find the lyrics. Maybe I'm just stupid. Still rolling. Great. It's a great song. Maybe I can write. What's the lyrics? Let's see if we can find anyone. There we go. I want to know knows where we can find it. Here I have a Jewish song. It should, with a fit, you would think that it would be like a song that. We find something. Okay, let's see here. Let's see if this is the Hayuti El Gan Ha Eden, but I'm not sure that's actually. Let's say Mayim Rabim. Let's see if this should be Hayuti El Gan Ha Eden, according to this at least. Which should start with. Let's see, Hayoti. Nope, it's not the same. Song is lyrics by, let's see some lyrics. Where's the lyrics? Oh, sign in to see lyrics and listen to the full track. You gotta be kidding me. Need to sign in, Oh, give me a break. You need to sign in to see the lyrics, Because we can't have anything for free anymore on the internet, right? It has to be, you have to bullshit around to get information, right? Just a little password there and there and there and there, and advertising and whatnot and all that. Insanity. Worldly bullshit insanity. because it would be too much for you to just see the lyrics without connecting and making a profile so we can fill your whole thing with spam, right? Spam your mailbox with bullshit, more bullshit that you are not really interested in. Or we'll do it anyway. Because we're depraved bullshitters. The whole world is. You know, where's the internet integrity anymore? You know, it's not there anymore. The internet has been taken over by satanic bullshitters. It's everywhere. All the pop-ups, all the advertising, all the, you know, the silly games and bullshit and waste of time and control. I'm just not so happy about things, okay? I think I'm sick and tired of the, you know, it's just the world is just nuts. And the world is bullshit. The people are like, we can't share anything anymore. We need to, you know, we need to make so many obstacles on so many levels, and that's typical. That's the same thing with computing as well. You have so many obstacles in the computer. Oh, you're not allowed to do what you want to do with your computer? Too bad. Because we locked you out, right? We have put obstacles on purpose for you to waste hours and hours and hours, so it deter you from actually doing what you want to do with your thing, right? I know you can use some more resources in regards of... well, I guess this is a live thing, but we still don't have any lyrics. There was this wonderful, like, this YouTube channel on YouTube, right? They just ruined the whole channel. They threw them to the trash. Now these YouTube channels were taking Hebrew music and fixing lyrics to it. Not only Hebrew but also English. They had around I think they got over 200 Hebrew musics, and you could see the lyrics, so you could also figure out if there was anything that was not so good in the, you know, or if and so forward. So you could sniff into the Hebrew music, right? What did YouTube do? Annihilate the whole channel, you know, and sadly I did not. I was so close to downloading 200 of the songs, and sadly I didn't do that because at that point it was so stupid of me, you know. It's stupid, but that was because there was over 200, and I was like, oh no, you know, that was just so stupid. I should have, you know, if I had, you know, I would have had them today if I had just. I was thinking maybe YouTube is going to annihilate the channel. I should really have. I already thought it, you know, at that point, you know, just stupid me, you know. It just annihilated the whole, you know. Someone made a lot of effort to do this, to make these over 200, fixing them in Hebrew and English and all that. And I'm sure, you know, that's a copyright bullshit and all that. And then we just annihilate the whole channel, right? Because, oh, copyright, right? Bullshit copyright, you know? We'll copyright the Bibles, right? Bullshit. Who asked God about copywriting his word, you know? No, we'll copyright our translation, and our translation just have to be a little more, you know, different than the others, so we can copyright it. So you ask God if it's okay to copyright his word. You know, I'm just asking, you know. Did you ask him about that? Did he allow you to copyright his word, you know? I'm just wondering, did he allow you to copyright his word and say, this is our translation, and you can't do, and you can't copy, and you are only allowed to maybe, you know, use a couple of lines and all that? Did you ask God about, you know, if it's okay to copyright, you know, his word? Did you ask him about that? That's bullshit. Absolutely. Oh, we have copyrighted it. You're only allowed to quote this and that many lines and all that. And if you quote more lines than this, you need to ask us. Oh, really? Did you ask God in regards to you? You know, see, you know what they do in regards to copyright is annulled because God, it's God's word. You know, they can't just take it and say, "Well, we copyrighted it." Oh, really? I don't care about that. Okay, you can take your man-made bullshit and throw it to the trash. You know? Oh, we'll take you to court. Well, then take me to court. I don't care. All the bullshit, satanic bullshit, yeah, just bullshit us, all of you. You know? Give me a break. And all this mixing up, making different translations and making them different so we can copyright it. Oh, that's the purpose, right? Make a version and copyright it, right? Oh, this is Portuguese apparently as well. I would think that's close to Spanish, right? Or maybe not. Well, I guess it should be. Portuguese, is that the country just, you know, just right off Spain or something like that? I'm not sure. Anyway, all these bullshit rules that these people, we know, copyright my butthole, you know. No, I think I'm thinking like if anyone, you know, do something in regards to sending me something, or, you know, I'm thinking like, you know, I'll take a picture of my butthole, you know, and send it to them, you know. That's what I feel in regards to that bullshit, you know. Oh, we copyright. Yeah, I'll copyright my butthole, you know. Like think about, you know, having a job to go around and you know, it's the same thing with MP3, right? MP3 came out in the past and people could freely share information. Oh, but we should, you know, we're not allowed to do that. Well, like that the services was only used for so-called illegal music, you know. It wasn't used for anything else, I guess. You know, it wasn't used to actually circumvent the government and the satanic, you know, bullshit of walls, so we could actually find out what the government are up to, and, you know, so they couldn't control the information flow. Because if the government can't control the information flow, what happens? Oh, the information they don't want us to have comes forward, right? But they will use the argument, well, illegal music, illegal things, and we, you know, so thereby, well, you know, we need to close this down and this and that because everybody is using it, you know. Oh yeah, because we don't want the truth to be shared. We want to control what goes out to the people. Because if we don't control what goes out to the people, we have a problem, right? We can't control them and we can't bullshit them around, and yeah, well, anyway. So we'll just close the, you know, and make it. We'll tell, oh, but these terrible people copying our software. And I don't understand this thing as well, you know. And I probably shouldn't speak about it in regards of the 7th day, right? I really don't understand why these companies have so much of a problem in regards of so-called piracy, you know. You know, you would think that they wanted a market share. Do you want people to go to your, you know, and you rather want people to actually advertising for your product, wouldn't you? Anyway, it's just the day of rest, so I'll just stop talking about that. But it's just bullshit, you know. Just it is meaningless witch hunting people that it's just utterly. Let's see. Well, that's Mayim Rabin, Raging Waters.
To listen to the full song and 50 million others, tap play full song now to start your free month free
free trial.
Oh, 3-month free trial, blah blah blah. Oh, it's a free trial. Oh, wait. Did you just say that you needed to give them something, right? It's not free. It's bullshit. Free trial bullshit. When you give them your email account or any other information and all that, it's not free anymore. You're giving them something in exchange for a service. Oh, but it's free. No, it's not free. You just gave them your information, Don't give them the bullshit of free. It's not free. It's bullshit. Anyway, but it's but you got my email, didn't you? You got my information. You got my details and all that, and then you can fill up my email with all the bullshit. Oh, what do we have here? I don't think it's probably not the apparently that's her Facebook, I guess. And I still can't log into Facebook on the browser because apparently I don't know. In regards of passwords, nonsense things, Apparently she has a Facebook, I don't know, in regards to lyrics. Anyway, close that down. All these pop-ups, and autoplay and what other nonsense, the internet ethics is just out the window, right? We don't want to have some sanity anymore. Just how it is. So Diklet Hagmund lyrics, right? So here's the apparently her web page is there. But where's the song that Anna Behoach? No, that's not it. We had Yam Shel Tayod and then Mashel Haleb Bacha or something like that. Brit Olam Yesli I don't know, Kalum, I don't know, Kulana Shiare, something, no. But do we have the song that we look for? It doesn't seem so, does it? Now let's see it. Anyway, I think her website doesn't work apparently. So we have Paul Wilbur. Oh, that was sad. I couldn't find it. HebrioCoPro.br. What do we have here? Every video, it's like they just put all the advertising on it, And because people don't have, enough time. What do you call it? People have enough time, that's what they believe, right? We have enough time. As far as I know, we only have one little line between two numbers, And they want to waste it with advertising. Give me a break, Oh, so sick and tired of this world. Let's see what this is. Sounds like the
היית תמיד בחיי, בכל הדרכים שהלכתי בעצם, היית לי נר לרגליי, הייתי עיוור, לא הייתי מעבר למה שהביטו עיניי. מלך מלכי המלכים,
It's incredible. I still have so far.
ילדה קטנה,
I don't know, I'm still so far from understanding Hebrew, you know. You can't even.
כל שידעתי לא מצאתי, כל שמלטף את מילותיי. לפסוע אל האור, לעוף כמו ציפור, ולטייל לי בין אלפי צלילים. ללמוד ממה שטוב, לדעת לאהוב, ומעבר. כמה עוד שירים אני אשיר לך באהבה, כדי להודות על מה שיש בך. כמה עוד מילים אני אתן לך מהנשמה, כדי שיהיה לך טוב. כמה עוד שירים אני אשיר לך יש לנו דרך שתלמדי איך להיות כל מה שאת רוצה. לפסוע אל האור, לעוף כמו ציפור, ולטייל לי בין אלפי צלילים. ללמוד ממה שטוב, לדעת לאהוב, ומעבר.
I wonder what they're singing about. Maybe this is the lyrics. We can take the Hebrew to English. Let's see here. Text is too long. Oh, give me a break. Oh, let's delete some of it. Let's see here. Okay, music and all the happy words from the album. All the happy words. Okay, so we'll just take, I guess. She's deleted all. Like this. Oh, it's still. Come, girl, sing to me. Have your voice on the wing of the wind. Oh, I knew I couldn't find a voice that caresses my words. Walk into the light and fly like a bird and travel between thousands of sounds. Learn from what is good to know, to love and beyond. How many more songs will I sing to you with love to give thanks for what is in you? How many more words will I will give you from the soul? Have a good time. Come, little girl, you will have a safe place here. We have a way for you to learn how the everything you want. Well, it's not really anything. Not really anything really, I think biblical. Anyway, wonderful voices overall, but I have Eliyahu Hanavi. Gap.com. There's a notification. Let's see what we have. Oh, we have a. Yeah, at least from someone else on Gap. Usually they, most a lot of not most, but a lot of people ban you on Gap. And speak the truth. They don't wanna. It's like people are complaining about the schools, right? But they don't want to take their children out of it. It's just, give me a break. Take your children out the schools. They don't want to do. We can, people can, these schools are absolutely defiled. Full of nonsense. Here we go with more advertising. Well, who can live without advertising, right? I shouldn't really be on YouTube at all. Absolutely not be on YouTube. Just one advertise. Well, so. Curious, that was the Greek thing. Oh, well, that was. See here. What is it? Here's a song. Oh no, let's see. Yeah. Oh, that's Nabil Qureshi. Oh, it's wonderful, Mohammedan. Sad he's dead. Well, he's sleeping at least. So that's wonderful in regards of. Be Aramaic, but well, anyway. Singing to the Antichrist, right? Being very religious. Right on the, Satan can be very religious, He can be so religious so he burns people on the stake, right? And his followers can be very religious. So they burn you on the stake. Abunda de Bashamaya. Mayo or something like that. I wonder if this is, again, West Semitic languages or so, but the question is this Hebrew Aramaic or is it Syriac Aramaic or, I don't know. Exact prayer Jesus taught his disciples 2,000 years ago, Languages that Arameans, Syriacs, and Assyrians speak all over the world today, but again, that's Syriac Aramaic. Some by father, well, so-called father, right? This is the old. Here we have some Eva Maria in Syriac Aramaic, right? They've fallen into this nonsense as well. Pagan queen of the heavens. And then we have the tuning of A4, all this nonsense stuff. Abundo Bishamayim. Boom, 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 boom. Oh, another advertise. You know, you're expecting, right, the video, right? Any YouTube that puts advertising has sold themselves to the devil, you know. Just giving themselves over to the devil. Anyway.
Shalom, this is Ayelet. Today we will talk about the
And this woman, after so many years, and I'm telling her in regards of things, but hey, she's still around, right? You know, that's good, you know. But I'm, you know, still teaching falsehood in regards to the name. Oh, but the Jews do not know what the name is. Bullshit! Bullshit, bullshit, and more bullshit, you know. Oh, we don't know what the name is. We forgot about the name. Bullshit! That's what it is. Bullshit, bullshit. I'm just sick and tired of the garbage that people just put, oh, we don't know. We don't know the name. Oh, give me a break. Nah. I ain't no more coffee. Guess I have a little chicken left. Well, just, you know, I'm sick and tired of the lies. The lies, the deceptions, just stop doing it, you know? Kind of sick and tired of it. Oh, let's close that down. This is oh, I don't know what that is. Is that all? There seems to be some Aramaic on the books or something. I don't know if that's the same as this.
Continuamos con el Padre Nuestro, la oración que nuestro Señor nos enseñó en el idioma en que Él lo habrá enseñado, el arameo.
That must be our Father who art in the heavens, I guess. Is that the heavens? As it is in the heavens, I guess. I don't know. I wonder if the woman is saying the same thing. Or I have this wonderful video from one that actually goes through the Hebrew Aramaic.
Shalom. In our community, the Our Father or Lord's Prayer is known as the Abu Shmaila, which is Jewish Aramaic for Our Father who is in heaven.
Abundu Shemaya.
It's taken from the opening words of the version of the prayer used by the Talmudic Jewish community.
Shemaya.
I decided to make this video because although you can find lots of videos on YouTube of the Alpha Syriac, that is Syrian, it's impossible to find anything on the original. The dialect of Jesus, sure, actually spoke. The United States, so it logically follows that he spoke Jewish and you can see why the English of this video is the prayer in Jewish language. Time down to read is the prayer extended in Jewish
Let's chord a little back here. So it's boom. I wonder if what that word is here. This mine. It's a little hard just to the text is a little hard to decipher. And that's the end.
Now this is what the prayer means to me. I find it very convenient the way it's sort of simple lines and Our Father who is in heaven, sanctified be your name. Your kingdom come. May your will be done, just as it is in heaven, so also in the earth. Our bread is from the give us day by day. Forgive us our sins, just as we forgive our debtors. And forgive us our bread is from the give us day by day. And forgive us our sins. Bread is from the give us day by day. And forgive us our sins, just as we forgive our debtors.
Let's see here, Alex. That's actually the same word, isn't it? Yeah. So he has sins and devils, but in the Aramaic, it's you have just have an lamed. It seems before it. I was thinking it must be the same word. It probably is, and it is. It seems you have the. I think it's an iron or something like that, but you can see that it's the exact same thing except the prefix of a lamed.
Our bread is from give us day by day. And forgive us our sins.
Sins, yeah, he has sins in regards of that 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 letter.
Just as we forgive our debtors.
And debtors is just the same word in Hebrew Aramaic, so he just uses a translation of, it's a, a depth in sins, transgressions of God's law. But that's the problem when you translate to English, when you take the freedom of using multiple different words for one single Hebrew word or Aramaic word. And Tyndale seems to have done a lot of that. And you see the King James Version, when you see one single Hebrew word translated into a multitude of English words, when you could just have used one single word like Sar, chief, Instead, they translated Sar to multitude, and it's not the only word, it's just one example. Instead of just saying chief, it's the chief, They translated to so many, I can't remember, like Prince and, you can look it up, Strong's Concordance and all that, and see how many different ways it's translated into English.
why translate it to anything else than just, if you can find one word that pretty much can be used every single place, why not do that? Yeah, doing this for me. This is the back here. From evil. Free us from the evil one. Sense in regards of by the blood of the Lamb. We're free from Satan in regards of his accusations, right? We're told in the book of Revelation that Satan is the accuser, right? We are free from with the blood of the Lamb. The accuser is cast down to the earth, right? The accuser of the brethren is cast down to the earth, right? But woe to the world, right? Because Satan knows his time is short, right? Give us this day our daily bread, or a day for today. Yeah, okay, but it doesn't really, the first thing doesn't really change much in regards to the overall prayer. The second thing does somewhat change the thing from a problem that is in, because Yaakov says that God doesn't, bread of tomorrow. Give us day by day the bread of tomorrow. Give us day day of the bread. Okay. Oh, oops. Yeah, he is not into temptation, but God doesn't lead anyone into temptation. You know that from Yaakov. So we have a conflict there. And then again, when you have a conflict and we can look at more information and details and all that, we can correct things, right? altså ikke til dom, men fri os fra den onde. Yep. Mm-hmm. Again, it doesn't, in that regard, to deliver us from evil, free us from, or free us from death only. No. But it's a very interesting video he made a long time ago, and I think he has at least one of the points are very interesting. Oh, we have more bullshit, you know. You know, you would think that when you look into Christianity, right? And if you have the right browser blocking all these things, all have, you know, it's just, you'd think that Christians at least would not, you know, fill these things with advertising. Anyway, I need to take a short break here. Be right back. It's interesting how people use excuses also to get information away in regards to the truth on the internet. They will use like a secondary excuse to remove the information. They won't really tell you, not always at least, you know, that's again, they will find a secondary thing that they can say, this is a problem, we'll remove it because of this, instead of actually the main reason for it. If you fixed actually, like for example a file and all that, and you didn't really put the concentrated truth into it, that wouldn't be a problem. But if you put the concentrated truth in it, it will, you know, and they will make up something, you know, all because of this and that and all that, you know, just, it's interesting. But this is like Joseph Yahoo that is fixing Paul Wilbur here, and you know, advertising, right, you know. It just instantly, you know, makes me wanna vomit, you know, pretty much. It's disgusting. I hate. And all these videos seem to have advertising. Just nearly every single one of them. Oh, a little more advertising. You know, you run in and you're focused on the information because you want to be focused on it, right? Because you're. And what do you hit into? It's disgusting. Advertising. Anyway, I just don't see it.
evil, wicked, and wrong. That's what I think about it. Let's see what this is. They have the Mayan, which I still haven't figured out. Also, the Feast of Trumpets, a great reminder. Don't feel like you yourself need to like do it right. We just yeah, I agree. Why are you calling yourself rabbi? Right? Did Yeshua say that we should call anyone a rabbi on earth? Nope. Why is it that these people, will then call themselves rabbi? Right? Can't even follow the mere instructions from the master not to call themselves rabbis. When Christ said, "Don't call anyone on earth rabbi." There's one rabbi. That's Christ. All of you are brethren, right? Standard, instructions, which apparently are very hard to. Don't call anyone father, right? So we have don't call anyone father and don't call anyone rabbi, and yet we have a huge amount of people calling themselves father and rabbi, right? Oh, it's just incredible. Standard instruction from the master. And yet, oh, but Paul, right? Oh, Paul. Oh, there we go with Paul again, right? But Paul, God's a father and all that, so that's okay then if Paul did it, right? Well, maybe you should heed the warning of Yeshua saying, be careful of wolves in sheep clothing and the leaven of the Pharisees and the Herodians. Maybe take his words, Yeshua's words, and put weight on them. I'm sick and tired of it. I'm sick and tired of the bullshit. That's bullshit, and more bullshit. Christian singing again. But that was a very interesting song as well. That's the spirit as well. I don't know if it's still have it. Maybe I complain too much, but maybe I shouldn't complain all the. You declare your faith and hold on to your promises. You are shepherd and everything to us. Overmarked with your goodness. My people declare their faith and hold on to your promises. You are shepherd and everything. That's what, that. Emmanuel. In regards to the Allah thing, I think it's wrong, but when the walk is tougher, your Holy Spirit with us is manifested, comforting. You also can be our sufficiency, except you, our Savior.
Emmanuel. A lot of the words are pretty good. And true. The word teaches us as is, and is the light that guides our feet. In regards to the Spirit comforting and all that, yeah. There should be less critical things, but also in regards to Yeshua, but yeah, just a little more advertising, no worries, because wasting your time. I guess this seems to be the same. This manual is the same. I have the original Father in Jewish. I think I have multiple of this. I think I have another place. Is this please don't judge Talmudism by the limitation of my autism. As a guy in regards of the what he's I think he's doing a pretty good job on the prayer thing. Wow. Well, that's I guess there must be an issue or something. Talmudism, that's like discipleship. Galilean canon as well. Interesting. Torah writings. I remember also there was a website from the Samaritans. That was a very interesting website where they were pointing out the conflict that they had with the Jews. Dozens of API agents storm house arrest a well-respected pro-life author. Now wouldn't that be a surprise, right? Oh, the world pushing down on people standing for truth, right? It's just let's defend the rapist, right, and the murderers, and then run after those who stand for life. Do more advertising, right? You gotta be kidding, yeah. Let's see here. Let's see if we can get into Facebook here if I'm logged in. Of course, this mobile is so slow now with all the nonsense. It's just becoming slower and slower, I guess. Well, in regards to all the new updates, right? Do 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 do. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. Come on. Oh, give me a break with the bullshit. Okay, you know. There we go. Oh, I can't because I guess guess I can't do much because I'm in Facebook jail. I guess I can't even. It doesn't seem to be anything. Do 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 da 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 dum dum da 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 do do da da do 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 la da 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 dum do do do. Oh well. I have no idea what she's singing about, but anyway.
Composing with
Wonderful
signature
voice.
is at the level of musical complexity that you can achieve with.
Oh, and more advertising, right? Because we can't have enough of advertising. You know. I'll just close it down. I'm just sick and tired of the advertising. Sold themselves to the devil. Pushing that bullshit advertising. I'm sorry, I'm just sick and tired of it. You can't have anything on the internet without bullshit, satanic, it's advertising nonsense, you know. It's just, apparently not.
What we're going to do is go back to the early text. We're going to see what this holy day represented in its original historical context, and then we're going to be making application for our life today. Let's begin by going to the book of Vayikra, the book of Leviticus, chapter number 23. I'm going to begin reading now in the 23rd verse. The grass withers and the flowers fade, but the word of the Lord, Baruch Hashem, bless his name, abides forever. Hear the word of God. Again the Lord, again Yahweh, spoke to Moshe, to Moses, saying,
I'm using the wrong name
Speak
again.
to the sons of Israel, saying, in the 7th month, on the 1st of the month, you shall have a rest. A reminder by
Blowing up trumpets, a holy convocation.
A holy convocation. You shall not do any laborious work, but you shall present an offering by fire to the Lord. Let's take a step
To
back.
Jehovah. And again, he changed the name. Oh, changed the scripture.
First of all, the biblical name of this holy day is called the Feast of Trumpets. It's a day of blowing. Yom
Feast of
Teruah,
Trumpet, the
a
Feast
day
of.
Trumpets. It's oftentimes referred to in traditional Judaism as Rosh Hashanah, which has a very different meaning.
And it's
The
not
word
biblical.
Rosh means head, Hashanah the year.
Yeah, that's wrong.
Because according to the rabbi's tradition,
Yeah,
it
bullshit.
was on this day of trumpets, that the Lord created the world. So Jewish people celebrate this day, and incorporated in their celebration
Yeah, but
is
it's
the concept that Rosh Hashanah or Yom Teruah is the anniversary of mankind, the day that God created
no
man,
biblical foundation
the
for
day
that.
God created the world. But there's much more, because this holy day begins what is called the 10
days.
Days of awe. What do I mean by the 10 days of awe? The day from Yom Teruah or Rosh Hashanah that we just read about to Yom Kippur that falls on the Holy Calendar 10 days later.
Ja.
These 10 days between these two holy days are called the days of awe. Why? Because Jewish people understand that on Yom Kippur, 10 days from Yom Teruah, God judges the world. Now, of course, this is rabbinic mindset. We're going to look at it through the lens of the New Testament in a moment, but I want you to understand the rabbinic tradition here. Because on Yom Kippur, the blood of the bull and the goat was brought into the Holy of Holies by the high priest of Israel. Let me say it again. Israel understood that 10 days from Yom Teruah, the Feast of Trumpets, the high priest of Israel would bring in the blood of a bull and a goat into the holy place called the Holy of Holies, which first existed in the tabernacle, and then later when the tabernacle was built into a permanent structure in Jerusalem, it was called the temple. But in the back of the tabernacle and then later the temple was a room called the Holy of Holies that housed the Ark of the Covenant, and inside the Ark of the Covenant were the 10 Commandments. And each year on Yom Kippur, that high priest would bring in the blood of the bull and the goat and pour it on top of the Ark of the Covenant, which is called the mercy seat. And when the Lord saw the blood poured upon the mercy seat, he would forgive the sins of Israel for their sin and transgression against the 10 Commandments which were inside that Ark of the Covenant. So the blood was poured on top of the Ark of the Covenant, and God saw the blood. And the Lord said in the book of Leviticus chapter 17:11, regarding this holy day called Yom Kippur, the life of the flesh is in the blood. And I've given it to you on the altar, saith the Lord, to make, listen, an atonement for your soul. For it's the blood, by reason of its life, that makes atonement. And so once again, as we take a step back, we're focusing right now on the Feast of Trumpets, but the Feast of Trumpets inaugurates the 10 days called the 10 days of awe, leading up to Yom Kippur. That is the day that God forgives the sin of his people. But Israel understood that in order for their sins to be forgiven, they had to repent. They couldn't just assume God would forgive them. They had to humble themselves before the Lord. That's why the Lord gave us instructions in the Torah that on Yom Kippur, every soul must humble himself. And the soul that does not humble himself, the Lord said, will be cut off. And so forgiveness, atonement through the shedding of blood, is not something that God just automatically does without man's participation. Man has to humble himself and put himself in a posture of being able to receive God's forgiveness by recognizing his sin and his evil and bowing before his Maker and saying, God, forgive me. And when we see the blood that's shed, the animal that had to die, and later God himself clothed in the flesh that had to die, we realize how hideous, how horrendous, how serious evil and sin really is. In next week's message, I'm going to talk about this as I speak more specifically about Yom Kippur and the need for you and I to come to grips with the reality of evil and our need for cleansing of evil and its consequences. But I want you to understand that Yom Teruah not only gets us ready for Yom Kippur, Yom Teruah, the day of blowing, again also known as Rosh Hashanah, is really ultimately about a reminder that the Creator is going to judge his creation. He's going to reveal himself to the world. He's coming back.
In regards to the book of Revelation, you have 7 trumpets. We're told, if we're following Paul, the
Christ is going to come back at the last trumpet, right? So, of course, you would judge the world at that point, pretty much.
Now let's go back to the first thing that I said in the message today. I said that the children of Israel were to blow the trumpet, and the trumpet was to remind them. Let's read about it in Leviticus chapter number 23, verse number 23. Again, the Lord spoke to Moses, saying,
Again, he's mistranslating, right? Again, Jehovah spoke to Moshe.
Speak to the sons of Israel, saying, in the 7th month, this is the Hebrew month called Tishrei, in the 7th month of the
You shall have a rest, a reminder of a blowing of trumpets, a holy
You shall have a
convocation.
rest, a reminder, by blowing of trumpets, a holy convocation. Notice what we just pulled out here. They're to rest, and then they're to blow the trumpets, and the trumpets are to be a reminder. Listen again. You shall have a rest, a reminder, by blowing of trumpets, a holy convocation. You shall not do any laborious work, but you shall present an offering by fire to the Lord.
Jehovah. Offering by fire to
Now,
Jehovah.
what's curious here is we know what to blow the trumpet, and the trumpet's to be a reminder, but what is it that the blowing of the trumpet would remind us of? The text doesn't tell us here. But when we look deep into the Word of God to try to understand what this blowing of the trumpet could have reminded us of, it brings us back to the Torah. We're going to the book of Exodus now, and we're going to the 19th chapter. What did that blowing of the trumpet remind Israel of? Hear the word of God as I pick up in verse 18 of Exodus 19. Now Mount Sinai was all in smoke because the Lord Yahweh descended upon
Jehovah. But at least he doesn't, say the Lord here.
it in fire. And its smoke ascended like the smoke of a furnace, and the whole mountain quaked violently. When the
Sound of the trumpet grew louder and louder. I guess that's a good possibility.
The trumpet grew louder and louder. So what are the Israelites here? The whole mountain is on fire. The whole mountain is quaking. The whole mountain is covered in smoke. I mean, it's terrifying. It's overwhelming. I mean, it is overwhelming. They're overwhelmed by this. They're terrified. And then what happens? A trumpet starts blowing from heaven. And when the sound of the trumpet grew louder and louder, Moses spoke. And God answered him with thunder. The Lord came down.
Jehovah came down on the Mount Sinai to the top of the mountain, and Jehovah called Moshe to the top of the mountain, and Moshe went up.
Mount Sinai to the top of the mountain, and the Lord called Moses to the top of the mountain.
So Jehovah comes down to the mountain, and Moshe goes up.
Went down. This is a picture of the return of King.
That's Christ. Christ coming down to the mountain. Oh, yeah. Christ who spoke to Moshe in the burning bush, It's not just the burning bush, here's the mountain. Oh, well, anyway. Guess the chicken is pretty much heating up a little. Yeah, well. We have some ginger and all that as well. Oh, well. Oh, pretty good. That's interesting, That's a good point, What would they be reminded of? A blowing of trumpets, of course, at the mountain,
Jesus. This is why the book of Thessalonians
Oh, what?
tells us in chapter on the return of King Jesus went down. This is a picture on the return of King Jesus. This is why the book of Thessalonians tells us in chapter 4 that the Lord Jesus, that Yeshua HaMashiach, Jesus the Messiah, will descend again from heaven with the voice of the angel.
That's interesting in some sense, in regards to the picture. Yeshua stands in the burning bush talking to Moshe. He goes with Moshe to Egypt, takes his people out, and the mixed multitude as well. Then the Egyptians are going after them, and Yeshua destroys them. Although a lot of the people turns to idols and images again, and thereby some of them are destroyed for doing that. Then they go to the Holy Land, but they don't have faith enough to do what God tells them to do, and thereby they are put to 40 years in the desert, which again is interesting because then some of them ends up going up anyway, and then God is not with them at that point, and then they got being beaten down. It's like they're doing the opposite of what God tells them, right? It's typical. They tend to do that a good amount of times. 40 years in the desert, then they come back and get into the Holy Land. So I think 40 times 50, in regards to counting to 50, that brings us to. That's interesting. Now, because we would be very close if that's true. I don't know.
And Trump,
Afghanistan,
with the
Messiah,
voice of Jesus the Messiah, will
the descend again.
from heaven.
Yeah, that's from Paulus. And the last trumpet, right?
With the voice of the angel and the
Lamb of God.
of God. Just as God descended on Mount Sinai with
With
the trumpet grew louder and louder. It reached a crescendo of power, and then
No, yeah.
the trumpet grew loud.
The sound of the trumpet grew loud and louder. Moses spoke, and God answered him with thunder.
And louder, it reached a crescendo of power, and then God descended.
And that came, and Jehovah came down on. Well, yeah, okay. We have 7 trumpets, right, to be blown, and we know the last trumpet, Jesus comes down and set up his kingdom, right? That's still future. That's great.
So too Yeshua will be revealed
Revealed
from
from
heaven as
yeah.
a cosmic, heavenly, divine shofar, as the voice of God penetrates the earth's atmosphere through the sound of a shofar once again, and Jesus is revealed. And then, church, every eye will see him,
Yep.
even those who pierced him, and the creator of the world will reveal himself to his creation once again. And so every year we celebrate the Feast of Trumpets.
And that's the trumpet, right? And then we have the Day of Atonement. Then we have 1,000-year reign. The last great day. Yeah, well.
Yom Teruah, to remind ourselves that the Creator is going to reveal himself to the world again soon. Jesus
Is coming back.
is coming back for
Oh, for
you
you.
and me soon.
Oh, well, he's coming to set up his kingdom.
And what the Lord
That
desires.
also makes sense in regards to the dinner thing, right? Dinner, to sit at the table of Jehovah. Now, in regards to when there's, you have a first resurrection and the second resurrection, right? But and the question, of course, is,
Every generation since Jesus is to live with the mindset and with an expectation.
yeah, so that's a great, there's a great, in regards to the trumpet thing, it's interesting.
Yeshua HaMashiach will return in your lifetime and in my lifetime. Let me say it again. What is the Lord wanting from us? Mashiach will return and with an expectation that Yeshua HaMashiach will return in your lifetime and in my lifetime.
No, that's a possible, yeah, in regards to we're getting closer for sure.
Let me say it again.
Well, I guess we're always getting closer, right? Well, but yeah, we're looking at the world. Yeah, we're getting closer.
What is the Lord wanting from us? He's wanting you and I, beloved.
We need to have the harvest. I need to figure out in regards to this Shavuot thing, in regards to the 50 days, and then you have this. He makes 2 bread, right? And they're not allowed to be leavened at that point. Well, no, actually, they are allowed to be leavened. They're leavened. He makes 2 bread, right?
To cultivate an expectation that Jesus will return in our lifetime. Put your hand over your heart with me and just say out loud with me, Jesus is coming back soon. Jesus is coming back for me. Yeah.
Interesting. Then.
Beloved, you and I are to live our lives in this world with an expectation that Jesus will return in our lifetime. Of course, the scripture writers write about this. They begin to mock. Well, where is he then? They began to say to Peter, where is he? Peter said, God is not mocked. A day with the Lord is like 1,000 years to you. Jesus is coming back soon. And if you and I stop looking for him like the 5 foolish virgins, when he does come back, we will not be ready. I don't know about you, but I don't need anybody to convince me that Yeshua is coming back soon. I mean, the signs are everywhere. I know they've been saying this for years, but it's like no other time in the history of the world right now. Certainly like nothing I've experienced in my lifetime. The chaos in the world is unbelievable. The violence, the hatred, the confusion, the poison all around us. It's terrible. It's at the place, beloved, of no return. See, when they began to ask Jesus about his return and when he would come back, Yeshua in the book of Matthew quoted Daniel. They asked Jesus, tell us, when will be the sign of your coming and of the end of the age? And you know what Jesus did? He said, as the prophet Daniel spoke. Now when we go to the book of Daniel, we find this tremendous revelation that was given to Daniel. And then the Holy Spirit said to Daniel, after the Holy Spirit gave him the revelation, he said, seal up the book. For no one will understand the revelation that I just gave you until the end of the age, until it's time. In other words, the revelation that Daniel was given
That's
is
right,
return.
yeah.
And when he would come back, Yeshua in the book of Matthew quoted Daniel. They asked Jesus, tell us, when will be the sign of your coming and of the end of the age? And you know what Jesus did? He said, as the prophet Daniel spoke. Now when we go to the book of Daniel...
Did he also say that the prophet? I can't remember if he actually says prophet in regards to that. I have to reread the... I wonder where my New Testament is in regards to the Danish New Testament. I know I have it somewhere.
We find this tremendous
Maybe it's-
revelation that was given to Daniel. And then the Holy Spirit said to Daniel, after...
It's very interesting with the trumpet, right? You know. Because I guess it would, the trumpet at that point in the Torah, right? The trumpet where God is coming down on the burning mountain and all that. If we have a trumpet blow there, yeah. What would the trumpets then make the Israelites remember? God and His law.
The Holy Spirit gave him the revelation. He said, seal up the book. For no one will understand the revelation that I just gave you
until the end of the
until it's
age.
time. In other words, the revelation that Daniel received
Wasn't to be
understood
good in Daniel's time.
lifetime.
Yeah.
But now we understand it because we're living in the time that Yeshua is about to return. Daniel said there would be a time in...
I don't know if we've, but yeah, I guess we're getting closer to the understanding. The problem is, if we understand it, we are actually at the end time, right? Because this was a prophecy for the end time.
the earth where information technology would have overtaken the world. We're living in that time. Young children don't even know how to play outside anymore. They'd rather play inside on their computers than they would play outside in the trees and with the animals and in nature. Daniel said, before the Lord reveals himself to the world, he said, knowledge will have greatly increased, and people will be traveling to and fro.
Yeah, to
It's
and
like
fro,
jet
yep.
airline travel. We're living right in the midst of this, but not only that, beloved.
It's true, we're traveling. We can travel from this place to that place pretty quickly, right? And knowledge absolutely is increasing, even if we have been kept in darkness. We have the knowledge of Satanism and the knowledge of truth growing, pretty much, I guess, exponential. It's going very quickly. So, and some of the things that is written in the Bible is now possible, which wasn't possible beforehand. So, interestingly enough, isn't it? yeah, we're getting close. We're getting closer every single day. So that's very interesting. I really need to do more research in the first books of the, the Torah. I really need to further soak myself in the 5 books of Moshe. There's a foundation for everything else, right? It's Christ, of course, but the 5 books of Moses, it's pretty much the foundation for the rest to test things against. If something doesn't add up in regard to the Torah, you throw it out. Like the calendar, right? You have other weird calendars out there, right? What does the Torah says? Well, the New Year's in the spring, right? And you have the first month, the second month, the third month, the fourth month, the fifth month, the sixth month, the seventh month, and so forward. So, anyway. Oh, that's some chicken. No, that's good. Oh, kind of old. Oh, it still tastes pretty good. That's flies in the window, apparently. I don't know. I don't know. House flies. Oh. Guess I need to throw the trash out after the sun has set. Chicken is pretty good. Non-halal. And if they haven't closed it would be nice to get some more salad when the sun has set. I think actually it's pretty close to the first day of the week. I don't know how far we are, but it can't be that far. We still light. But yeah, it would be nice with some salad. I could do some salad. Actually, usually this doesn't really usually taste so good. It actually seems to be pretty good. Well, maybe it's because I'm hungry. I don't know. Well, this is too dry. Actually seems pretty moist. Anyway. Oh, be interesting. Awesome. I guess I like the ananas or pineapple. Those banana flies, I wonder if you could take some ananas and juice it out and put it on the toe so it fixes the or it could maybe get to the glass in the foot. I know it's usually the ananas, maybe that's a possibility, I don't know. There's something in ananas that breaks down meat. So that is interesting. It's good. Although we are nearly close to not to the last bit. Oh. Some water would be pretty good. So yeah, the day of trumpet. But we still, we still need Shavuot to happen before the day of trumpet in regards of plans and all that. So then the question is, when is the day of Shavuot? It's kind of important to know. The devil has deceived us on so many levels. It's time to wake up. Let's have some cinnamon. There we go. Guess we're nearly empty on that bottle. We have one more bottle, although the cinnamon didn't really taste so good as the first thing I got. We have some grapefruit thing here. Antifungal. There we go. It's taking a lot of years to mom, and still is things I do not understand. Let's get some water.
The breakdown of the family, gender identity confusion, the division in politics, the breakdown of respect for authority, the breakdown of the family unit, all these things that are happening in the Western world and beginning to sweep the entire planet are irreversible, and it's all...
Now, in regards of new moon, tomorrow, so it should be at least tomorrow or the next day after. So I guess we have a day of where we can buy things on the first day of the week, and then we have 2 days where one of them is a holy day.
Setting the stage for Yeshua to come back. You see, the problem in the culture today is mankind has invented a different God. They invented a God whose morality they define. In other words, God's word is no longer the basis of people's morality today. Instead, what society has done is they cast aside God's word for a different morality, a morality that includes everybody, includes everything, includes every type of behavior.
A morality that is, what do you call it? A morality that is, I can't remember, the relative. Oh yeah, a relative morality, right? Where everything goes, right? Everything goes. And if God's word says something else, it doesn't matter, because that's, my truth is this truth, and your truth is that truth, and it's relative, right? According to the bullshit.
Tolerance is the new religion, and nothing is anymore deemed wrong. It is mass confusion, it's a mass deception, and Jesus is getting ready to come back. In fact, Daniel said that before Yeshua would return,
but before Yeshua is going to return and the trumpets being blown and all that, we have a great tribulation incoming. We better prepare ourselves for that.
reach a climax. And when sin reaches a climax, Daniel explained, man would lose his moral compass, so he would no longer be able to have the discernment to know the difference between right and wrong. And in this world stage where mankind has lost his moral compass, no longer having a discernment of
Interesting.
absolute
Moral
morality,
compass, I guess, you know, a compass in regard to moral, you know, yeah.
it's in that climate, Daniel said, that an anti-Messiah would emerge. Somebody would emerge in
Oh, well, he's already emerged, you know, he's already here.
history. That the
It's the papacy!
public, that the masses would believe is like an embodiment of godliness. And they would be so deceived that they would follow this one off the cliff. And at the very end, Jesus Christ, the true Messiah, will reveal himself to the world once again. This is the Feast of Trumpets. Jesus is getting ready to come back. He's getting ready to come back for you and for me. Now I want you to consider carefully what I'm about to say. I was recently in Colorado. We met a lost soul there. We could just see he was a lost soul by the way he started talking. We met him fishing one day. And he started talking in this defeatist language. You could tell the guy really needed help. We tried to reach out to him in the love of God. I said, what do you think of Jesus? He needed one day. And he started talking in this defeatist language. You could tell the guy really needed help. We tried to reach out to him in the love of God. I said, what do you think of Jesus? He started cursing. I'm going to say something, beloved, that's so terrible, I hate to even say it. But he said, this is so terrible to say, he said he'd rather burn in hell than have Jesus die for his sins. You see, he had invented a morality in his own mind that he thought was superior to Jesus. He thought his concept of everything is good. He thought his concept of tolerance. He thought his concept of all paths lead to the same place. He thought that was more godly than Jesus. But Jesus said this, will the Son of Man find faith when he returns to earth? Straight and narrow, our Messiah said, is the way to be.
I do wonder, regardless of how many have they killed, you know, regardless of the world. Have they killed off all the Christians when Christ returns? Are there not a single Christian left when Christ returns? That is a good question, you know. We know we have the Great Tribulation. A slaughter without equal in history will pursue. Yeah, of course, I have the 144,000 Israelites being chosen at that point. Besides the, what do you call it, excluded the tribe of Dan, which most likely is just part of the Gentiles, or the rest of the nations. There might actually be more than 12,000, you know, people from the tribe of Dan, you know. If we have 12, I think it's 12,000, right? Of every single tribe, right? And we don't have any mention of Dan, but we know Dan, you know, there's some prophecies, interesting prophecies and all that of Dan. So, who knows? Might be more. Oh well.
To life, and few there be that find it. Strive to enter through the narrow gate. For many, I say, will seek to enter and not be able. Beloved, Jesus is coming back. And this world is not our home. We're not on planet Earth to vacation. We're here to get ready to meet him. And you and I are going to meet him soon, face to face. And our job right now is to get ready. This is a training ground. This is a proving ground. This is a place to love him, to put him first, and obey him. It's only one life that we're on this planet, and it will soon be past, and only what's done for Christ will last. Let's
Second
get
life.
ready. Jesus is coming back for you.
Oh, some good stuff. It's not every, you know,
What's that?
And how do you know it's the right one?
Oh, advertising. Do we like advertising? Anyone knows the answer for that? Of course we don't like advertising. Not a single person knows. Let's see here. Well, the sun is going down. 24 minutes apparently it's down. Then the first day begins. And I'm like, oh, we have keyboard, right? See if we can play a little keyboard here. No. Yeah. It's not, the keyboard is not really, if we can turn it maybe, I don't know if it's able to turn it. Oh, it's better. No. It's a little too fast, but anyway. Sounds like it's our Father. Unsuvata Arimes, I think Aramaic. Our Father sung in Aramaic. See, I think it's the same, just maybe a short, clipped out. Yep, Wondu Shemayim.
go with advertising again, right? You know, we can't get away from that bullshit advertising, right? It's just everywhere in this filthy, stinking world. Advertising, and more advertising. Now, like, that's the evil of mankind. Of course, they have the choice of not, like, for example, on YouTube, they have the choice of not, as far as I know, not as, you know, I have 2 channels on YouTube and not a single one have advertising, as far as I know. So you have the chance to turn it off. It's a prayer again. Oh, we can take this on.